Hi everyone, happy Webtoon Wednesday. Today I'm going to be talking about Impossible NG. The other name for it is No Outtakes. You could read this on Webtoon and TappyToons. If you read it on Webtoon, you can read it for free. You just have to wait for the day passes to read all of it. It is complete, finishing at 79 chapters total. This is a shoujo romance. I would say comedy because there are literally parts that I laughed out loud at. It's really funny in certain parts. Drama, historical, and I say historical because it begins in modern time, but then it ends up in a kind of like historical fantasy type setting.
Jae-rin is a young college student who prefers to be unseen. She would rather spend her spare time watching Haiwi, her favorite character from a fantasy romance TV drama. Luckily for her, her sister lands her a casting role as an extra background character. Unfortunately, she's terrible. So bad the director yells at her several times before calling for a break. This is when she runs into Ah-hin, the famous actor who plays Haiwi, which is Ja-rin's favorite character that she's just completely obsessed with and loves. However, she cares very little for Ah-hin himself. They accidentally fall down a small cliff, and when they come to, they are actually in the world of the drama they were just acting in. Instead of a background character, Jae-rin is now Hwaya, the female lead. In the drama, the land is plagued with a curse where the dead rise. It's up to the Dragon Maiden, who is now Jae-rin, and her noble companion Haiwi, who's been played by Ah-hin, to save the world. They must follow the storyline to survive. Or do they need to change the storyline to survive? Jae-rin must also obtain the power of the Dragon Maiden, not only to protect herself, but Ah-hin and the rest of the world. They make friends along the way and come face to face with the final boss sooner than one might think. Do they know the plot well enough to succeed? Or has their presence in this world altered things to the point where they might just fail?
Now, I did really enjoy this webtoon. For me personally, the only thing that really bothered me and really upset me was what happened to the villain at the end of the story, which I know sounds ridiculous because this guy is like batshit crazy, right? Pardon my French. He is a lunatic, but for some reason, like how things turned out with him made me so sad. And I know part of that is because, like, for me, I kind of like villains and I kind of want villains to end up turning into like okay people or good guys. So I was really sad what happened to the villain, which I know, like I said, I know people are going to think that's ridiculous and stupid, but to me personally, I was sad. That was probably one of the saddest points for me in the whole webtoon. I do like both characters. I really like how the relationship between Jae-rin and Ah-hin change from the beginning of the story, with Jae-rin being like completely obsessed, not with Ah-hin, but with Hwi, the main male character of the drama. So it's like, even though Ah-hin is Hwi, she doesn't see him as a different person than his character. And I like how over time she starts to see Ah-hin as himself and not as Hwi. I mean, the relationship is really funny just because of like how obsessed she is with the character. She really loves the character Hwi, like the obsessive kind of stalker fan obsession. And it's a funny interaction between Ah-hin and Jae-rin, and you know, him kind of reminding her like, hey, like that dude's not real. I'm real. He's a fake character that I play. So it's really, I like how when the story progresses, she changes. Her love for Hwin is still there, but she recognizes Ah-hin as his own self, as his own individual, and as a man, and how her feelings start to change. Just like Ah-hin at the beginning of the story can't really stand Jae-rin because she's like a crazy obsessive stalker to a character, not even to an actor, but to a character. So it's cool to see his character not like her, but then to slowly, through circumstances and events and situations and them surviving together, and her personality, like you can see how he slowly starts to have feelings for her, and just how everything, it goes really well together. And I like the love story. I like the plot and the story itself outside. I like how it ended. I think it ended really well, and everything was wrapped up really nicely. I think the storyteller, the author, did a really good job. I also think the artist did a really good job. You can tell between, I would say, the first chapter and the ending, you can see the difference between art. So you can see the improvement as it goes on. However, I will say that for the very last chapter, it almost seemed like it was a different artist completely. Like the art style to me seemed like it changed. So I'm not saying that that's technically a negative or anything. I'm just saying that there was a big change for some reason in the art style in the last chapter. I don't know why. Ooh. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.